Hey guys, for some of us, this issue has been a bit of a struggle. So when to use a genitive S apostrophe and when to use an off phrase. So I'm going to try and explain how that works in this video. So when to use genitive S and apostrophe? Well, we use it when a person owns something or a group of people. So in phrases like John's book, India's population, and the teacher's lounge, John and the teachers are very obviously a person and a group of people. India is a little bit more complex. India is one of these borderline cases. The population of India would also be an okay way to say it, but you can perceive India as a group of people as well, and then you'd use a genitive S. Um, if you need a longer explanation of when to use the apostrophe S and when to use the apostrophe, I've done a separate video on that. But the short version was if it ends in the plural S, use apostrophe. In all other cases, use apostrophe S. When then to use the off phrase? Well, we use the off phrase when the components of whatever it is that you're owning or is being owned are objects slash concepts. And it's only really confusing because in Dutch we have one way of saying it and the English have two ways of saying it, because quite often when we use an off phrase, we're not actually talking about possession. The door of the garage, it's not like the garage owns the door, but it's confusing because in Dutch het boek van Peter and de deur van de garage are both van sentences, but in English we distinguish between the situation where someone really owns something, that's the genitive, and the other situation where we use the off phrase. So a couple of examples of this one: the door of the garage, the leg of the bed, my part of the work. All of them are things or concepts. So that's what you want to keep in mind. Practice time? Yes, practice time. Practice this one, please. Put me on pause, and when you're ready, you start me again. Okay, you restarted me, so that means you must be ready. Sorry, the font was so small in that one. I probably should have corrected that, but okay, let's do it in a little bit bigger one, hopefully. In the first sentence, Peter is a person, so Peter's book with apostrophe S. On the second one, we had two concepts, top floor and building, so it's the top floor of the building. In the third, we had men, and men are a group of people, so men's apostrophe S. In the fourth one, we had parents, also a group of people, ending in a plural S, parents. So it's just an apostrophe, but still a genitive. And the last one was a name and school, so that makes the name of the school. And that's the whole thing. So basically, you can translate it literally from Dutch into English, unless there's a person involved and the person owns something. So just keep that in mind. And that's it.